Hey guys, it's Sharon here, and welcome back to my channel. I have another adult coloring book review for you guys today, and we are going to be looking at Angie Grace's Sampler. Now, Angie Grace is a coloring book artist that sells only through Amazon, I do believe. I think I think a lot of her books are under the Create Space thing from Amazon. So you're not gonna go to Barnes & Noble and find her books. You're only going to be able to get them from Amazon. She is an independent artist, an indie artist, I guess as we call it. So, but a lot of people really like her. Like, there's some very, very loyal fans of hers that I've heard only use her books to color in. So I've never had an Angie Grace coloring book, but I've heard a lot of great things about them. There's not too many YouTube videos on her books, maybe just a few. So she's one of the artists that, don't really get a lot of attention. And I kind of like to sometimes, support the smaller artists, the independent artists, and because, they've got some good stuff too. You don't have to go to the big publishers like, and always get a Johanna Basford book. You can find some really great stuff on Amazon through, the independent people too. So anyway, we have Angie Grace's Sampler. It's a sampler right at the top. And then here is one of the designs featured in the book. Now, this is Angie Grace. Now, it says here on the front, it says, Special Edition, one page from every single Angie coloring book. So, this is exactly what it says. The sampler, meaning that you get one page of each of her coloring books that you can look at, and each page tells you what coloring book it is from. So here is the front cover, and here is the back cover, which is pretty plain. You just get a little barcode on there. But let's go ahead and do the flip through, and I will share the thoughts and things that I have on this book. So as you open it up, we don't have anything on the front cover. Now the spine is a little thick, so you may have to kind of break it in just a little bit. It's a soft cover. And this is one of the newer ones that I got. And so this is, it says Sampler right here at the top. The Angie Grace Sampler. And again, one page from each of Angie's coloring books. And I think she's got like, I want to say like 44 or something, like over 40 coloring books that she's actually done. And a lot of hers are in the different series and so forth. So anyway, let's go ahead and flip through each of these. Now, these are single-sided. They are not perforated. The paper quality is pretty thin. It's that typical Create Space paper. So when you're coloring in this, you're going to have to put something in between the pages. So it's not, like if you use markers on this, you're not going to have something bleed through on your next page. But I like that it's single-sided, so you can actually use markers in this and different mediums. So as you can see, now this is a regular size coloring book. I think it's like 8.5 by 11, just regular size coloring book. But it's got the design on the page right here that you can color, and it's also got the name of the coloring book that this particular design came from. So this is Ink Doilies and Angie's Patterns Volume 1, as you can see. So this book, now as you guys know, I'm pretty quirky, and I usually just copy the pages out of the coloring book and put it on different paper and color it, and then store it into a 3-ring binder in page protectors. But with this book, because it's got the, this was a pretty cheap book. Well, I shouldn't say cheap, but pretty inexpensive. But because it's got the different titles here, I probably will color in this book. I don't know. I haven't decided. But the paper, again, feels pretty thin, but it is single-sided, so you can get away with doing the different mediums, provided you put something in between the pages so you don't get bleed through. Whimsy. Snazzy. So we're just going to go through through each of the pages, and now I've not really done anything inside this book. This is one of the new ones that I got that I don't think I hauled this one, but this is one of the new ones that I picked up. I had a few little Amazon points, so I was able to grab this one. But I think I had just grabbed this one in a single order, so I didn't feel that it was worth hauling. But yeah, so, but I do have this so that I can go ahead and show it to you guys. So if you're not familiar with Angie Grace, and if you don't want to, like if you want to see if you like her books, this is a good book to get to see if it's for you. She's got some very, very intricate things here. But some of her books she actually made for wide tip markers and crayons, which we will be getting to. This one here is pretty intricate. So if you're looking for something really, really super intricate, you're going to find plenty of books that that she has. Now, she does mostly patterns, I believe, like flowers and doilies and mandalas and things like that. So if you're looking for a Johanna Basford type style, this author, I don't believe, is for you. But I do like her stuff. Quirky. And the sampler I like because, now here is something real simple. As I said, you know, she's got some stuff for wide tip markers and crayons. And as you can see now in comparison to something like this is very simple. So you can do this with crayons or brush pens or whatever. And I like that she's got that, because if you don't want something super duper intricate, and if you want something simpler that's not going to boggle your mind, there's plenty of choices to be able to do that with this artist. So now we're getting into the crayons and wide tip stuff, wide tip marker stuff. Even those ones, even the more simpler designs are still pretty detailed, a lot of them. Here's flowers. So even some of these more simple ones do have some detail in them. So it's still not like a kid's coloring book. It's still very much made for adults. But you can choose if you want something more intricate or simple from this artist. She has a lot to offer, as you can tell. We're not even halfway through this book. I'll try to speed this up a little bit. But my thoughts so far is there's a lot of selection in here. There's probably something in here for just about everybody. I really like this book. I like that it is single-sided. The paper, again, feels pretty thin. Now, she's got some journals that she put out as well. Not only coloring books, but she's got some journals that here's a journal page, and then there's the design that you can color in, and then you can write what you want on this page. Faith. Here's from her Faith journal. So I really like that. Like, you can, I really like that. Even, they've even included stuff from journals that she's made. Now, again, the paper is pretty thin, but you can get away with using different mediums because it is single-sided. Just put something in between the pages, like I've said before. I really like this book. She's got a lot of journals that she's made, it looks like. And I like that they've included this because you can actually make some notes about the book. You know, maybe some of your favorite designs. Maybe some notes about the different books that you may want to get or whatever. Okay, here is Wow. Oops, lose my place here. Okay, here is Cool. So again, a lot of her books come in the different series. She's got several series, I guess, that she does. Here's Balance. So each of her series is like, okay, like, you know, she's got the regular, I guess, pattern series or whatever, or Angie's Patterns, or whatever, Mind Doodles or something like that. But she's got the complicated ones, plus she's made the ones with the wide tip markers and crayons so that you can choose, if you want, you can choose which style you want. I like that. So I really like this book. I would probably give this book, you know, probably 5 out of 5 stars, because I like that they've included a page from every single one of her books. I like how they made the titles very clear. Like, this is Breathe. So it makes it very clear which book it came from, which I really like. And I like that there's all kinds of stuff in here. There's probably something in here for everybody. This is her social media, like here is her website. I think she's got Instagram and so forth, a Facebook group that you can join. There's nothing, like you could probably use this for a test page if you would like. Plenty of room to use for a test page. And then here is the inside cover, which doesn't have anything on it. And of course the plain back cover. But I would probably give this, well, I said 5 stars, but I don't know, probably about 4.5, just simply because the paper quality isn't the greatest. But it makes up for it because it is single-sided, and you can get away with doing different things in it if you put your, if you protect your page with something in between it. So between like 4.5 and 5 stars, I would give this book. Because I like that it's single-sided. I like that it includes it includes a page from every single one of her books. It's definitely is a sampler. The sampler is definitely a fitting word for it. I like that they've included in very, very plain letters which book that page is from. So you're able to actually find those books pretty easily and decide if that's a kind of book that you want. So I like the fact that this profiles every single one of her books. And I really do like this artist. I like the fact that it has something in there for everybody. It has different difficulty levels. It has some very, very simple things. And it also goes up to some really complicated stuff. So you're not really going to get bored with this book, I don't believe. So again, between 4.5 and 5 stars, I would give this book. I really like it, and I'm looking forward to actually doing some designs in it. I will probably color directly in this book just because it does have the names and stuff on it, and I could actually, if I wanted any of the other books, I can get them pretty easily and so forth. The only thing that I don't really like, again, is the paper quality, but it is single-sided, so you got a little bit more room to work with different mediums. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel to be able to do that, and you'll be notified when I upload new videos, new reviews. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Hit the like button, and we will talk to you guys all later. Bye, guys!